Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, this morning able to continue to do this video. I think I had a stop for 5 days or so because of other things to do in the morning, so I was not able to come here in the morning to come to this place and do my video. Alhamdulillah, this morning I am able to continue making this video on the topic of religion and belief, because I always think what I'm doing is big benefit to me, is important, because we are thinking about our Creator Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, that we are actually being ordered to worship. There are many revelations in the Koran require us to worship our Creator. Just like this revelation, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhan nas ubudu rabbakumul ladzi khalaqakum wal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Walladzi ja'ala lakumul arda firasan was-samaa'a bina'an anzala minas samaa'i ma'an. Okay, that's very nice sentence. When I read this sentence, revelation, I really feel it. So what it says here is, all mankind worship the Lord that created you and the people before you. So that you think about it. He created the earth as a place of we stand on or we live on, and the heaven as roof, and coming from the heaven, He created rain falling down, and there is more to it, but this is enough for us to think that we are being created. We have not existed before, and before us there are people like us. They had lived, people who eat food, people who drink water, People who had family had lived and they die, and we still live. And later it will be the same, we'll die, and then our offspring continue on living. It's on and on. And Allah is inviting us to think over it, that we have to worship the Creator. So let's think over it. So what I'm doing here, making this video, is to think over it. And don't forget about it. So when we think about it, then we know ourselves. There is also a challenge in the revelation below this. The challenge is for us to make the like of the revelation of the Koran. So that is the challenge. And Allah saying, you cannot do it. You will not be able to do it. And then when you know you are not able to do it, then think of fire. Think of fire. Meaning, if you are rebellious, we know that we are created, we are still being rebellious. Think of fire, meaning that is the punishment, fire, that will be made, will come out from human body, and the burning rock. So in hell, full of fire, the fuel is human being. So the rebellious people, their skin will be burned, and that is the fuel. The skin, the burning skin is the fuel, and also the rock around it burning. So Allah said, think of fire that is made ready for the unbelievers, for the rebellious people. Of course, the rebellious people, they are the unbelievers. Once the person is not believing, then he will not be doing things that Allah will ask him or her to do. So, brothers and sisters, we don't live in this world for free. We will either be rewarded or be punished in hell. So Allah is inviting us to think. So when we think over it, so the best thing we can do is be careful living in this world. Be careful living in this world, not to be in the category of people that will be called rebellious. Yes, avoid being rebellious and avoid being the losers, because we don't live in this world for free. I keep saying this, the same thing. When I make this video, I always mention this, because I have to preach myself. Preaching is not done once a month. It's not done once a week. It should be done every day. Each time I talk, I preach myself 80%, and you who listen hopefully will get the benefit of this as well. So that is enough. My preaching this morning, Alhamdulillah. Now let's see what is going on around the world. Which country we like to talk on this morning? I think I like to talk on Australia. Well, Australia is a country in the south. It's a big island, and it is in more on the eastern side, but the people who live there are the Western people, the white people. So how they came there, it's not very long ago actually, maybe 500 years ago or less, by a seafarer, Captain Cook. I think the story was that the prison in UK was full, so maybe this Captain Cook was tasked to look for a place to put where these prisoners will be. So he traveled, I don't know how many prisoners at that time he took in his ships. So he found Australia in intention of putting the prisoners in the jail of UK. Of course, with the generation, the prisoners also having family. Maybe they was set free in Australia and having family, and some of the descendants are no longer be called prisoners. They become good people. So maybe the bad people only in the first generation, and the second generation becoming good people. Third generation maybe become better. Yes, Australia is not a bad country. I admire them because of their outspoken in criticizing Xi Jinping or the CCP party of China. So they are brave people. And I noticed that they send their soldiers to fight everywhere. If you look at history, they were fighting also with British Army in Turkey, trying to conquer Turkey, but was not successful. Australian soldiers, I don't know whether they were fighting in other place during, they were also sent to Borneo to fight the Japanese. Where else they were fighting? So they were sent to Borneo to fight the Japanese. So these Australian had inherit the trait of their grandfathers of the British people, who we know the British people, they were roaming the world, fighting and expand their empire. So we cannot get empire without not fighting. It's always been fighting. So this Australian have this trait of their great grandfather of fighting. Yes, I call it maybe it's like for fighting. So if there's a war broke out between China and say Taiwan, Australia had promised to send soldiers to fight alongside with the American Taiwan. They already make that promise, and I believe they will fulfill their promise because they are not coward people. These Australians are brave people. Maybe they also enjoy fighting. Maybe. Okay, that is Australia. So Australian Prime Minister, what is his name, Morrison, was very much against this CCP doing on the Muslim people in Uyghur. So they fight for human right, and this minister Morrison will also look to me. He's also outspoken. Okay. Okay. My wife just passing. what else I want to talk? Okay, this about Australia. Yes, amazingly about Australia, the Chinese like their goods. Australian coal. China prefer Australian coal than other coal. Australian wheat. China prefer Australian wheat than other wheat. What else? Maybe beef, things like that. So the food produced in Australia, the wheat and cotton as well. Australian cotton. China prefer Australian cotton than other cotton. So Australia can sell their product to China because Chinese like the quality of the product of Australia. So their coal, they can sell it more expensive than other coal. Their cotton and what else? Their wheat. So Australia find that China is a big market for their product. But at the same time, they criticize China. So they don't worry if China don't buy their product because they believe their product has a quality that the country wants. Australia also produce iron ore, a big amount. So I believe Australia is a rich country because it's also a big place, a big land. Mineral is there. Their cotton is number one in quality. Their coal is number one in quality. Yes, it is a rich country, I believe. And also the people there are a brave people, inherit from their British grandfathers, I believe. So what else about Australia? And they really express their mind fighting on human rights and criticize China for their bad treatment on the Muslim in Uyghur. And they also criticize China on this virus making in Wuhan laboratory. They were open to criticize. They're not afraid. And the book on this is written by Australian lady. So what else is about Australia? Okay, it's not a bad country with brave people. They don't have much problem with the Muslims. yes, there are some people there are not friendly with the Muslim, but majority of the people are friendly with the Muslim. So only some extremists, we call it. You remember the event in the shooting in the mosque in New Zealand was done by Australian. So I don't know what happened to him. That person who took a gun and shoot the worshippers on Friday in prayer. Okay, I think that's all I can talk about Australia. Now let me read the Quran. Let's see. Okay. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's see the page that we should read. I believe we should read page 142 this morning. So to get the barakah of this morning, let me read the first sentence in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Walau annana nazzalna ilaihim malaikati wa kallamuhumul maut mauta wa hasarnan alaihim kulla syai'in qabla ma kanu liyu'minu illa ayyasha Allah. Illa ayyasha Allah walakinna aksarahum yajhalun. Sadaqallahul Azim. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's read this page of the meaning of this page of the Quran. And if we truly send down angel to them, and the people have died talking with them, and we gather in front of them what they had like, then they would have not believed too, except when Allah would want them to. But then many of them don't understand the truth. So if I read to you the revelation of the Quran saying, Innal ladzina kafaru sawa'un 'alaihim anzartahum am lam tunzirhum la yu'minun. So what it means, these people who don't believe, if you remind them or you don't remind them, no different, they would not believe. Also the revelation after that, Allah seal their heart, seal their ear, hearing, and seal their sight. It's a barrier. Then they would deserve the punishment that is severe. Okay. Next sentence. And that's it for them, every prophet we make enemy from the shaitan or Satan, mankind, and the jinn. A portion of them whisper to a portion of others, as things look good but falsified. So if Allah would want it, then have a break. I got a call. I don't know who's calling. Okay, the call stop. Let's continue. So this among the jinn, Satan, and mankind or people whispering to the other nice word, but falsifying word. So meaning they're telling lie. They're telling lie about religion or belief. But then, if Allah wants, they would not do that, but Allah leave them with what they're doing, whispering, the deceiving each other, whispering thing of deceiving of each other. So Allah leave them doing that. And what their intention is to make people who believe not to believe, who are attracted to their whispering that look very Assalamualaikum. Okay, my friend is coming. I think I put pause here.